Jai Srimanarayana. Please be seated in your respective places. Sarve upavisantu sveshu sveshu asaneshu. Today is the third day of Natthayanam, a wonderful event organized by Bharata Vidya Prayojan of the central government, conducting the 1200th birth anniversary of Sri Natthmuni Swami, the founder of the Bhakti movement. There is a wonderful sloka on Natthmuni Swami presented by Parasara Bhattar Swami, Naumi. Nathamunim nama jimutam bhaktiyavagrahe vairagya bhagavat tattva jnana bhakti abhivarshukam. I pray to a great cloud. Natthmuni is compared with a powerful and a big cloud. What happened? Why you have to pray to that? Bhakti avagrahe, when there was a akal, what you call in north, they call it akal, when there were no rains, no crops, during a drought period. It was this cloud made a torrential rain by which few things were now till today they are available from then on. The beautiful crop of Vairagya. I'm talking about the Bhagavat Tattva. What does it mean by God? Jnana. What does it mean by Jnana? And Bhakti. What is the meaning of Bhakti? And how it has to be experienced. These are the things that cloud rained in this world to give a very, very powerful crop for all the souls to live. As Lord Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Idam Sariram Kaunteya Kshetram. This is a fertile land. Don't make it barren. And don't let it go waste. And let not some weeds grow in this fertile land. This was the concern of Swami Natthmuni in those days, 1200 years before. Because people, they didn't know whether there is God other than oneself or not. They used to say, Aham Brahmasmi. I'm God. That's it. I'm becoming God is also not there. I'm God. That's all. Aham Brahma Asmi. Aham Brahma Asmi. Even if they say Asmi also, it's a dangerous step. So that also now should not be told. So when people were thinking that whether this world we are experiencing is a real one or something illusionary, whether the concerns we have for the fellow beings, is it appropriate or is it not necessary? following the rules and regulations, practicing the righteous things. Is it necessary or not? Even there was for everything there was a question. There was a question. There was a question. And when there is no question of accepting an existence for God, I think then there is no need of any place for people to assemble. And there is no need of having a temple. There were temples. Temples were there even before. The few people say, or probably there are some arguments even in Supreme Court, that the very system of temples started probably 2000 years before. But Ramayana very clearly mentions about the temples and their existence. Lord Rama himself observed austerities as instructed by his own father before he thought of coronating Rama as the king of Ayodhya or Kosala Rajya. Valmiki very clearly mentions Sahapatnya, Visyalakshya, Narayanam, Upagamatu. He, along with his spouse, went to Lord Narayana's divine temple. And there he observed the whole night following the austerities. Not in one place. During the same time, people in different parts of the state of that Ayodhya city, they also performed so many rituals expecting that some good things should happen to Lord Sri Rama. And when we go to Bhagavatam, for Krishna, there are temples. Even our Goda Devi wonderfully, says in Tirupavai, Pullarayin koyilil vellai veli sengin peraravam ketilayo. There was a koil, there was a temple, and the temple belongs to Pull Arayan Pakshi Raja, who travels on the back of Garuda. And there was a temple, and there were duties in the temple, and people were following them, and they were listening to the sounds that are coming from the temple, and basing on them, they were setting their timetable in their homes, it seems. So to wake up Pullarayin Koilil Vellai Veli Sengin Per Aravam is needed. That means Goda Devi born 5,000 years before. Then there were temples, and the temple system was there. It was very much established. In Krishna's period, there were temples. Our beautiful poets say, Krishna was eating lot of butter, yogurt, drinking so much milk, not only from his own home, but even from all the houses of the Vrindavana. And Gopikas were very much scared, not because he will be taking away, but what happens to him when he takes all these things? Will it be digested? Let it be digested to our Krishna. Whatever he eats, let it be digested. They were going to every place, wherever it is, and they were praying to that Lord to see that it will be digested to Krishna and he'll grow healthy. There were ayatanas. They used to be called as ayatanas, temples. There was a pretty much wonderful system, very well established system then. Why there we need a temple? when the world itself is illusionary, when there is no other being than oneself. So this was a kind of situation existing in those days. And if at all, such a kind of concept spreads among the masses in the world, that means neither you are real nor I, and everything is something transitory and nothing is existing, then why one has to follow any kind of rule or regulation? Nothing. Ranam kartva ghritam pibet yavat jivam sukham vaset. Do whatever just you want and live in a way you like. This is a kind of situation that spreads all over. Pujya Natthmuni Swamiji concern was that let the system of this world not be collapsed. For the universe is the divine form of God. It is the divine body. That is what our scriptures talk about. In Ramayana, all the devatas, when they appeared before Rama, after he finished Ravana, they started praising Rama. They did not come before Sita entered the fire. They were simply watching. Sita entered the fire. And of course, the Agni Devata brought her out and said, "Hey Ram, why are you keeping silence? She is so great. She is able to purify even me. Not I need to purify her. I am not the Pavaka. She is the Pavaka. She is able to purify even me. You need not have any kind of doubt, my Rama. Accept her." Then came all the devatas. You know, that's pretty interesting. जब किसी को भी कुछ नुकसान पहुंचता है, तब कोई भी नहीं बोलता है मुंह खोलकर. सामने ना आता है, ना देखता है, ना बोलता है, ना कुछ करता है. लेकिन वो स्वयं ही अपना दुख को मिटाकर अपनी ताकत से कुछ करके उसको हटाने के पश्चात, अरे रे आपको ऐसा क्या हुआ, हमको बताए तो हम कुछ करते थे ना, हमको पहले सूचना भी थी नहीं, हम कुछ भी जानते भी नहीं थे, आप क्यों बोले हमसे, आप एक कौवा से कुछ खबर करना था, हम आके आपके सामने सिर झुकाकर बैठते थे, कुछ करते थे, ऐसी सेवा भी हमको कोई नहीं दी. ऐसे बोलते हैं सब होने के पश्चात. आगे कोई भी नहीं बोलता है. That's what exactly the tendency of devatas. No one appeared before. Sita was, out of desperation, she entered the fire. And the Agni Devata brought her out and said, "Hey Ram, you need not have any trace of doubt. Accept her as it is." Then Devatas came, "Oh Ram, what are you doing? Don't you know who you are? Don't you know who Sita is? Bhavan Narayana, Sita Lakshmi Swayam." What is this? All sorts of nonsense they spoke. So there was a kind of situation where in those days, those devatas before Rama, they said, "Hey Ram, Jagat Sarvam Sariram Te." The entire universe is nothing but your divine form. You are the supporter from within and also from outside. That's how your name became Narayana. Naranam Ayanam. You are keeping all of them in you. Naraha Ayanam Yasya. You are the indweller of all these Naras, the animated and inanimated stuff of this entire universe. You are the supporter. Probably because you born as a human, you might have forgotten. But that's okay. But we feel like reminding you, my Lord Rama, this is what they said. Devatas. We don't consider Ramayana as an epic. We never consider Ramayana as a mythology. We accept that Ramayana is a historic presentation. It's a record of the events that took place at one point of time in the history. And thus we take whatever is there is true, as it is. So all they have accepted that the world, the colorful, the beautiful, the vast universe is nothing but the divine body of God. If so, is there anything that we can deny from this world? If you love a person, you say, "Hi, I love your face so much, but I cut the body to pieces." This is Duryodhana. This is Duryodhana's word. You understand, when Lord Krishna was telling that Pandavan Dvishase Rajan, you are hating Pandavas, isn't it? Of course, because they are my siblings and we have properties. Definitely there will be some kind of, ups and downs, quarrels and stuff. Hey Duryodhan, remember, don't think that Pandavas are just your siblings. They are my pranas. Mama pranahi Pandavaha. And you say that I hate your pranas, but I love you so much. You love a person and remove the pranas from him. क्या दिमाग रहने वाले की बात होती है ये? कोई सोच वोच कर बोलने वाला ऐसा बोल सकता है क्या? Pandavas are my 5 pranas, Duryodhana. This is what Lord Krishna himself said. If that word is true, if the Veda Vyas Bhagavan is a truthful person, if Valmiki is a truthful person, a sage, and if Vedas are true, Ishavasya very beautifully narrates, Yatte Rupam Kalyanatamam Tatte Pasyami. Yatte Rupam Kalyanatamam. The entire form of Ho Universal Master, Hey Universal Controller, Ho Origin of this universe. Your form is Kalyanatamam Tatte Pasyami. That form I am now envisioning. This is what the Upanishads say. If that is true, every part of this universe, every piece of grass blade and every sand grain and every atom of this universe, to the galaxies and what they call the nebulas probably. All these are nothing but different parts of God's divine form. And then how can you say that it is illusionary? How you have to deny that? If you deny that, do you have any kind of concern for God? This was the question for Natthmuni Swami. There is nothing that we can deny in this world. There is nothing bad in this universe. It depends upon how we use it. Even the dirt is not bad. For it is needed for few creatures to live in. And it is needed for some other purpose. May not be for you. And don't say that the world is like a big dream. Even dream is true for us. Not for us, for Vedas. Because it's a Veda which declares Yeshu supteshu jagarti kamam kamam purusho nirmimanaha. Dream is created. Dream is made for that individual's sake by God, for a purpose, to consume some part of the karma. But that's created for individual karma's sake. But the whole world is created for the collective karma's purpose. So nothing is illusionary. Dream is also so true. That is what they said as the Satyam. Satyam is ardhakriyakaritvam, what they define. Whichever yields some sort of result is called truth, is called Satyam. Anything that yields a result. Even dream also yields a result. After waking up, we may not be remembering the whole thing, but I say, I got a beautiful dream. My God, it is so terrifying dream for me. I didn't remember exactly. You are saying something, right? कुछ करने के लिए तो हो रहा है उससे. आप उसका अनुभव तो कर रहे हैं. यदि बोल सकें या ना बोल सकें. So, whatever that yields a result, whether it is a tangible or non-tangible, that is called Satyam. It may not be there forever. That's a different thing. It may be for a specific time, for a place, for some reason, yes. So, Natthmuni Swami wants to prove that everything that we see in the world is true. Nothing is illusionary. And we have to give this kind of water to these dried kshetras. And thus he started his mission. And then Alvar's grace was there on him abundantly. And thus he was able to pass on the tradition, the lineage to his grandson, Yamunacharya Swami. And he in turn passed it on to Ramanuja Swami. And there, as a, when the water comes down, when it comes from the cloud, through great mountains and creeks and lakes, goes to a big dam from where we can construct so many canals and grow a lot of stuff and use it for multiple purposes, that it yielded so many fruits today. Now, this conference is aimed at that great cloud, which is blessed by Nammalvar himself. And we are talking about such a great cloud, Natthmuni Swami and Sriman Suklaji and Sriman Varadarajan Swami took initiative and made a great dream true to bring all the great scholars and talk about that Natthmuni Swami and his mission and his vision, how it yielded great fruits. Today is the third day and we are great scholars today. who are going to present beautiful episodes of that great Natthmuni Swami's works and his mission. And let us enjoy all of them with patience and with Shraddha.